Now, gone are the days where the sight of cockroaches leaves you squeamish heading for the nearest exit. These days, farming roaches and even worms is economically viable, and there's a market for it locally, I may not agree, and even internationally. Now, Port Elizabeth man's entrepreneurial nous took him down this road, and he added this unusual farming idea to his other agricultural products. Lerato Thipa went to have a look.
Now, I have heard of permaculture and horticulture, but never in my wildest dreams did I ever imagine that I will interview a farmer who is farming 9,000 worms, 600 cockroaches in his backyard, all in the name of trying to fight the high unemployment rate in the Eastern Cape. His name is Robert, in a small township called Wells Estate, where unemployment is at an extreme high. Robert, I know that you started off farming hermiculture, and then now you're doing an interesting farming style where you're farming cockroaches and worms. Why that specific culture? Why the specific farming group?
Because I found that these worms, these cockroaches, we call the dubia roaches, normally are from South Brazil, Dubai. And I found that when I started the business of selling the beds, is where I went to the pet shop and buy the stuff. When I saw these people are stuck in the business of selling the cockroaches, is where I said to them, let me try something new. And they were interested because this is in demand, especially in the game reserve and in zoos, especially in overseas. They have a good market. And as I'm speaking now, they are in a demand, because if you sell them at the size of your thumb, when they reach the blackness color, because as you see, this one is a female, this is the male, these are the youth, the brown one are the adults. So you sell them in cages. Some of the places they want to sell, they buy them in per pack. So now when you sell these cockroaches, 2.5 kg is 7,000. But some of them, they say one cockroach, you can sell it R1. You can't sell it less than R1. So it's easy to maintain. Every household can have them because they only eat butternut and carrots.
And then you said that when you feed these cockroaches to the monkeys or to the reptiles, yes, it helps with their skin. Can you tell us more about that as well?
Yes. These cockroaches are rich in calcium. They normally feed in a game reserve. They feed big lizard and big reptiles like in course I don't know in English. So that when that lizard eats these cockroaches, the skin become a little bit smoother and shiny and become in a quality in a good market and a leather market. They make the belts for the waist, and they make the belts for the watches, and they make the pouch and the purse. It's a leather work.
Now, you also have got about 9,000 worms, yes, and you know that that's currently your biggest business. Who are your suppliers and how is that business going?
Business is going very well because they are in demand, as I said, in pet shops. I'm selling to the pet shops, but my biggest aim and vision is to sell them in a bigger market, because in overseas like China, in Asian market, they are in demand for their game reserve.
And then also, you obviously have to feed these animals as well. What vegetables do you feed them, and why are these specific vegetables good for the nutrients of these reptiles?
The cockroaches, they like to eat carrots, pumpkins, and butternuts, because that's the way how they get calcium, how they get proteins, and that's the way how they drink water from them, because that's the way you can't see an insect drinking water. So that's the system, the chemical system of drinking water. And
then lastly, you said that your ultimate dream is to try and train more people to start their own farms, even worm farming in their backyard. Yes. Why do you feel the need not to keep the specific gift to yourself, but train more people to be empowered like you are?
Because the reason why I'm doing this, it is because I didn't plan to do this. It came as a vision in 2016, where I was half asleep, I was about to watch a soapy. In the middle of it was not sleeping, I saw a blue sky. In the blue sky, it was written, poverty is coming 2023. Use your agricultural skill. Everything that I'm doing is under the vision. Because I've got something, as you look at the companies are retrenching. You see that every time when I hear the word retrenchment, the voice came back and told me, develop my people. Because I remember 2 weeks ago, I was training the people from all over South Africa. They come in numbers here. And now since I'm not working, I was just thinking, how can I do this? And I need to charge people. But the voice says, don't charge my people, teach them free so that I will look after you. So go and ask for the land. That's why I'm here stuck. I'm looking for a land, that proximity to water, a land that has got electricity. I don't need the money. I will show the money in the ground.
Well, that was Robert, who is doing an interesting form of farming worms and also farming cockroaches, saying that his ultimate goal is to get enough land so that he can train more people to fight the high unemployment rate in the Eastern Cape and also in the country. For now, it is back to you in studio.
Oh, wow. Okay.